You know,
How
sama
was it,
pero
bye?
sila. I'm good, man. Actually, a lot
Yeah.
better, honestly.
How
Just
about the
being.
kids?
Oh, they're good. They haven't seen the outside world in like months.
Can't they go to the park or something? Like,
Well, yeah. So what staff does is here where I live, there's a place that we can actually go to. Kanang murag,
yeah.
there's nobody there. It's within the village, ana. So she'll drive them there every now and then. But like outside, what good? No, they're
Mm.
not allowed out.
No, not even like walks. Like they can't walk
No,
around
like
the
so
village.
within the village, pwede ra,
Yeah.
pwede ra. But like outside the village, murag wa gyud. And that's true for so many other kids. But I don't mind. Well, there's some obviously positives and negatives out of it. For me, the one big positive and possibly controversial opinion is at least I don't need to go into any kiddie parties because
Yeah.
those
They're
are.
the worst. There's, there's this good story of this like comedian, and he was at a kid's party, and then this like 9-year-old kid was like, you wanna hear something cool? And then the comedian was like, I've seen a stripper quit on stage. There's nothing you can tell me
Oh
that
my
will
god.
top that.
No, but the best thing about the kiddie parties are the kids. That's the best thing. The other thing is like, you know, if enough people heard me say this, I'm gonna get so much shit. But anyway, like the best thing about kiddie parties
Here.
are the kids, no? And
Mm.
then the not so good thing about the kiddie parties is that you end up going there with people. So for example, let's say you had a kid and you had a kiddie party and I was invited. Totally awesome. That would be
Yeah.
great. I get to hang out with my friend and my kids are going to be able to hang out. Most of the time,
Mm.
you're invited to a kiddie party because you want the person who invited you wants that person, his or her kids, to hang out with other kids. And you just so
Mm.
happen to be one of the people that he or she knows who has kids. You've never probably talked to me more than 15 minutes of your life, but
Mm.
I am invited to this party. And then the kids are at an age where you have to go because you
Yeah.
can't just drop them off and leave them. At some point, they get old enough where okay, you guys can finally have your own lives and drop them off. You don't even need to get out of the car, and then they
Mm.
get to go there. But as the parents, if you get invited to kiddie party, who you kind of know the person but not really, so
Mhm.
you're just there. And then you sit at a table where you kind of know the people but not really. And sometimes it's great because you get to meet interesting people, and other times you just sit down and stare at your phone for 2 hours. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so
it's it's kind of like meeting people by Yammer's. Like it's safe to say some people are just as interesting as a table.
yeah. Well,
You know.
I mean, that's not fair though because like you get what I'm saying. They're not interested in you. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They're more interested in kind of the screen on their phone. So
Ah, you mean those people? No, I just mean like sometimes I meet people and we're like, man, like I could have had a better conversation with somebody else. Like, yeah, I thought that's what you meant. That you hang out with people you have nothing in common with, and it's just torture.
I don't know, like I should rephrase. So like if I hang out with a person and then at least they're trying to, you know, the intent
Mm.
is there. They are trying to connect, even though we are unable to connect for whatever reason. For example,
Mm.
no, like let's say we're just two different people. Like what I like is not what you like, and
Mm.
maybe it even offends me. you know,
Yeah.
um, but if you're trying, then I can get down with that, fine. But sometimes there's really like you sit there and you try to say something, they'll try to say something back, but then at some point there's just no real motivation for them to connect for whatever reason. They're not interested in me. To them, I am the most boring person in the world.
Mm.
So then voila, then nothing happens. No?
Mm.
So
Yeah, I've met some pretty cool, like, working in the like that contract job for COVID thing, and
Mm.
I get to work with. The cool thing is that they just get nurses from all over, so you get, it's a good mix of people. Yeah, and there's this one lady. She's like an older lady. By like 7 a.m. in the morning, she'll already be dancing by herself,
In
like
the at
in
work.
at work.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
at
yeah.
work, like music, because like it's a big like Pacific Islander community, man, and
Mm.
it's their culture to always have music on. We're kind of like Filipinos, ba?
Yeah, yeah.
The whole stereo, like somebody's always playing something loud, and mostly like an upbeat song. Like 7 a.m. She's just dancing. She's just this ball of like enthusiasm and like positivity.
Oh,
You
those are
know,
great people.
yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and so like so I got to talking to her. Where I asked her a question like, "Is she gonna be working this day?" Blah blah blah. She said no. Like, I need to go with my partner. I was like, "Oh, for what?" If you don't mind me asking. She's like, "Oh, he needs to get a scan." I'm like, "Scan? Like, yeah, bone scan. He has stage 4 cancer."
Wow.
And I was just floored. I was like, "How? Like, how are you so positive?" Watching the man that you love dying, like like it doesn't compute in my head. Kayako, like I'm down for like less reasons, you know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yeah, I think
And then yeah.
I think both of us are kind of similar. Like, kanang we don't have high energy. Oh, I don't know about you actually. So like, I was gonna say we don't have high energy, but generally speaking, I also don't have like super low energy. Like I
Mm,
run at this mid level, and
mm,
then what happens is if I'm around people who are low energy, or like kanang just not low energy is the wrong word, like in a bad state all the time, then I'll
mm,
inch towards there. But then if I run around with people who are like kind of like your friend, nga high, optimistic, then I will inch towards that also. So in a
mm,
way, like I don't know if you're like that. Like that's very good for me. Like those
mm,
people are great, diba?
yeah. Yeah, I try to be selective with the people I spend time with. Napod. Okay, like some people are just like they love like wallowing in sadness.
Oh yeah, like the people who
Yeah, and then
complain all
some
day.
people just I don't know, maybe they like I don't know, that's their vibe, just being dark all the time. Like I just want to laugh. I just want to have a good time. Like I thought about, back in high school, like Don Bosco days. Like there wasn't a day now I wasn't laughing. Like hanging out with you guys, there's always somebody joking and we're always laughing. And then now that I'm an adult, that I have like a real job, like some days, grabe ka serious na murag, like like there was no joke thrown that day. There was no laughter that day. And we're excited. I don't know. It's a waste.
Yeah. So the past. I mean, I'm in a much better place now. But like the past few weeks, like I was pretty down. So
Mm,
what I would do was, my technique there is I would watch like comedy specials,
mm.
like just make myself laugh. I watched Hannibal Buress and what's this guy's name? They both release YouTube specials.
Is it Eric Andre?
No, no, Hannibal Buress, and then a totally different.
Mark Norman?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I only discovered
Kidding.
him. Yeah, kidding. Kanang, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kidding.
Mark Norman. Yeah, did you know about him? I
Penis.
only discovered him like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Penis in the bedroom. Great.
Yeah,
Penis in,
yeah.
penis in the bus. Call the police.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. No. I like his work.
Yeah, I was surprised. So when I first watched it, I was like, I'm not sure I like this. Kadang ba? And then I just
Mm,
kept watching. I'm like, you know what? This is pretty good. Like, I just discovered it. It's time for me
yeah.
to eat, man. Yeah, so,
All right. All right,
yeah.
bye. Nice hanging with you.
Yeah, I'll do
So
it
na po.
again.
We'll have blue next time, eh?
Yeah, Blue will be there next time, and it'll just be this orgy. Wrong word. Okay, bye.